Finding a hidden gem is the highlight of games collecting, and I think I've done it again with Holy Umbrella Dondera no Mubou. Released in 1995 by publisher Naxatsoft, whose name is actually just their parent company's name, Taxan, spelled backwards. Holy Umbrella is a mix of platformer and RPG. Not that it has RPG elements like stats and upgrades, but in that it has a somewhat detailed storyline and towns seen from an overhead perspective. One of the game's illustrators is Tatsuya Egawa, which some of you may know was the author of Magical Taruruto-kun. The game stars a teenage boy with the name of your choice, who on his way to school in the rain conveniently finds an umbrella on the street, which he of course picks up, but then he gets transported to another world, where the peaceful people are under siege by the villainous Dondera and her minions. The story itself starts out pretty generic, with get MacGuffin X, defeat villain Y and save the world. But it has a very light tone to it, which comes across in the sprite work as well as the animations of the portraits during conversations. There are also winks to the audience, like when the hero early on says that the situation resembles that of a manga, and later on the fourth wall is broken outright when one of the henchmen, the tank, starts singing to the player, much to the chagrin of the villain. During the platforming sections, you play as the boy and the companions that join him along the way, and you can switch between them with L or R while standing still. The boy uses the Holy Umbrella as a weapon to smack enemies with, but it can also be used to float with and grab onto rings to swing on and jump off of. The first companion, the bird Bonto, can double jump and fit into small passageways, as well as attack, but his attack power is weaker than the others. The second companion is the girl Saki, and she fights like a martial artist and can wall jump as well as slide. The gameplay does a good job evolving with time. At first it feels a little slow, and there's not too much going on in the stage design, but it gradually gets more involved and the game takes the companion's abilities into consideration, which is nice. I said before that the game doesn't have any RPG elements, but I guess it does have some. For one, you can buy items at the inn, like health potions that can be selected and used with X, or one that activates when you're about to die, like a fairy in Zelda. You also get to find more umbrellas as the game goes on, such as the ice umbrella, which turns enemies into blocks of ice you can then stand on or pick up and throw. The wind umbrella that turns enemies into balls that you can pick up and throw in any direction. Or the flame umbrella, whose ball homes in on enemies. During the stages you can in treasure chests find things that increase the amount of hearts or health you have, increase your strength, defense, and I came across one item that allowed me to run, which was very welcome, as the boy's walking pace isn't the fastest. I don't have a lot to complain about, but there are some situations where the jumps are so insanely stretched out that I couldn't even make them in the conventional way, but at least there was a way around it. Holy Umbrella is a very pleasant surprise. Its gameplay is solid and varied, the story doesn't take itself seriously, and it isn't too predictable either. I mean, the main villain of the game actually joins the party. For people who don't know any Japanese, the story won't come across as well, of course, but I think you could still get some enjoyment out of the mimicry and amusing expressions of the characters. Although the gameplay alone, I think, is enough to warrant a recommendation. This is a very good game.